class, Forex Basics. We do this class every Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 8 Eastern. Let me make sure that everyone is muted out. So what you're looking at, I'll give just a quick 5-minute recap of Tradera for any of our first timers. And I'll explain also the purpose of this class and what we'll cover and the format. So looking to the right, everything in the golden yellow boxes, this is everything that Tradera offers, starting with a complete back office education. The owners of the company, Cody and Easton, have put together their own videos that explains everything about trading from A to Z. What I love about the training is that it's so very practical. They will introduce a new concept, but then immediately jump into the charts and show you how to actually use it. That's important because when I started my trading career about 3 years ago, I spent 6 months, not exaggerating, 6 months watching videos and learning. And then I went to open my account and try to trade and realized I didn't have the first strategy. So I spent 6 months of head knowledge, but it wasn't practical enough to actually teach me how to trade. So I can't recommend the back office enough. What we do here in this class is sort of introduce you to some of the concepts that you'll hear in the back office and introduce you to some of the things you'll hear and see in the live trading sessions. But there's no substitute for that back office education. So don't be afraid, definitely dive into that. Now, Tradera's master trader is Derek Conway. I've adopted him as my mentor. He's a 6, almost 7-figure trader. And it's really cool to learn from him. So he offers classes Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And the only way to get access to those is in the back office. So you log in, and on the left, there's a link for live trading sessions, and you can join in that way. And if for some reason, you know, with time zones all over the world, you're not able to make it live, the company records those sessions. So in Derek's classes, he will go over marking up your charts, marking up your support and resistance zones, and then go over the strategy for trading zone to zone. So, you know, the company puts out the Tradera Trade Alerts, which is a great place to start when you're brand new. But Derek's class will actually teach you how to fish, teach you how to call your own trades, and to be able to trade on your own. So those classes are really good. You will find me there every Sunday through Thursday starting at 8. We'll actually wrap this class up so that we can head on over there. Now, there are additional live sessions from other traders. Coach Max and Ryan DeFreitas are normally on 8 in the morning for New York session, and then 9 p.m. Eastern for the Asian session. And then there are Telegram groups, study groups that you can join. Brenda Isern and Clyde Fisher have a Tradera Pitmasters Telegram group, and they are great traders as well. So there's so much to dive into. And what we found is that, you know, Forex can seem like a foreign language, a second language, right? There's a lot of concepts, a lot of things to absorb. So that's why we created this class. And we kind of go over the things on the left in those blue circles. And it's basically a setup class. We want to help you set up your demo account, show you how to download MetaTrader 4. That's where you will actually take the trades. We'll teach you about the Tradera Trade Alerts, introduce TradingView, and learn how to pull up and analyze the charts for yourself. That's what we're doing a lot more now that most of you have already set up. And then from time to time, we go over how to open your live account. So that's a little bit about what we do here and how it fits into the overall scheme of things. So for the next few minutes, I will go over something new and or important. And then with every class, in case we have first timers here, we will go through these steps on the left to show you how to open up your demo account and get started taking the Tradera Trade Alerts. So these classes, as well as 2 to 3 minute short videos, are all posted on my YouTube site. So if you go into the chat, I will post it there again, a link to my YouTube page. Let me post it there again. Okay, so if for some reason I'm going too fast or you miss something, don't worry. Everything will be there on that YouTube site. All right, welcome, Mel. Yeah, and so I'm going to go over those subjects, and then about 7:30 is Q&A. So Mel, I will be able to take your questions then, if that. And then we'll spend the last half hour in Q&A, so you can ask your questions, and I will do my best to help. So let's go on with the new topic for tonight. So give me a second, and I will share my screen. So what we want to start discussing today, and it will take us some time to go over, but we just want to keep it kind of high level, keep things kind of simple, and just give you some more nuggets. We're going to go over candlestick patterns, and specifically, let me change that. We're just going to do the hammer this evening. So looking at the screen, first I'm going to show you what it is, and then I'm going to tell you why it's important to learn it. So let's say you're looking at a chart in TradingView, and typically, depending on how you color code your candles, a red candle means that price is moving down. Green candlesticks means that price is moving up. So the rectangular part is called the body of the candle. And ironically, the skinny lines that stick out from the top and bottom, those are called wicks, just like a real candle. So the body of the candle and the wick. So if you are looking at your chart in TradingView and you see a pattern where the candle has a kind of skinny body at the top and this long wick that comes out of the bottom, chances are you're looking at a hammer. So it's commonly found at the end of a downtrend, right? This is what we see here, just a small snippet of a downtrend, and it could signal a reversal, meaning we were in a downtrend and now we're going to start an uptrend. So that's what we mean by a reversal. You're either going from a downtrend to an uptrend or an uptrend to a downtrend. So reversal is definitely a word you're going to hear in the back office. You're going to hear the other traders talk about it as well. So here's that long wick you see at the bottom, and the candle body is normally small. So if this is the first time you've been introduced to a candlestick pattern, I wanted to start with something, relatively simple, something that you can begin to look for in TradingView. So why is this important? So let's go over the concepts of confirmation and confluence. You will definitely hear these terms all throughout the back office and with the traders as well. So confirmation, that's a term used in trading, and it's when you're looking at the chart and there's something there that gives you a reason to take the buy or sell trade. Either you're looking at an indicator or you're looking at a candlestick pattern. There's something that you see that makes you think it's a good idea to take a buy or it's a good idea to take a sell. Okay, so that's a confirmation. Now, confluence means you have multiple confirmations and they're all telling you to take the buy, or all your confirmations are telling you that it'll be wise for you to take a sell. So one confirmation could be, an indicator or a candlestick pattern. And once you have 2, 3, 4 confirmations, now you have confluence and you feel really good about taking your trade. So 2 new words, confirmation and confluence. How is this going to help you? Now, when you get a Tradera trade alert, Once you've been in the company for a while and you're getting your feet wet and you're feeling more comfortable, then you can begin to look for additional confirmations so that you can have confluence and have confidence to take the trade. Now, if you join Tradera on Monday and, by the next week you're taking the trade alerts, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Go ahead and blindly take the trade alert. You get the trade alert, you put it in MT4, you're good to go. But the next step in terms of becoming a trader and doing your own analysis, this is the next step that you want to take. So let's talk about that a little bit more specifically. So let's say Tradera sends out a buy trade. Okay, so maybe it's EU. Tradera is sending out a buy for EU. First thing you're going to want to do is pull up TradingView. TradingView is a free app, free website that you can log into. You pull up Euro USD. Now, one of the first things that you can do that's, not too difficult, look to see what trend you're in. Are the candles going up? Are we in an uptrend? Are the candles coming down? Are we in a downtrend? Or are we just kind of going sideways? We call that consolidation, okay? Now, what if you observe that the current trend is down, but Tradera called a buy trade? Here's the next steps that you want to get to after you've been comfortable taking the trade alerts kind of blindly. This is the next step. Perhaps you wait on the trend to reverse before you take that buy trade. And what can you look for? You can look for this hammer candlestick pattern. So you're in TradingView, you see price is continually going down, yet Tradera sent out a buy. So maybe you wait for some sort of signal, some sort of candlestick pattern to let you know that price will reverse. So this gets into finding the best entry for your Tradera trade alert. So don't put too much pressure on yourself when you first start out. Go ahead and blindly take it right when you get it. But for the next set of steps, when you want to do your own sort of analysis, then this is how you can start. And that should be the first few steps for you to follow. So we won't dive into TradingView today. We've been covering it, but I think I want to keep things simple and just speak from the PowerPoints for this evening. Okay, so for the next 10 or so minutes for our beginners, let's go over the steps for setting up your demo account and how to take the Tradera trade alert. So give me a second to share the next slide deck with you. Setting up your demo account. And remember, you can find each of these individual decks on the YouTube page. So you wouldn't have to listen to the entire class over again if you didn't want to. Okay, so setting up your demo account. Let's talk about brokers. After you have started on demo and taken some trade alerts and demo and just kind of learned all you could, made all your mistakes, when you're ready for your live account, then you'll need to go through what we call a broker. These are companies that you partner with to actually take the trade in MT4. So what we're suggesting is go ahead and choose one of these for your demo accounts, just so you can get familiar with communicating with your broker. And so these are a few that the traders have vetted, that we all kind of use. We know it's safe to put your money in. You're able to pull your money out. For these classes, we will use Hugo's Way. And I wanted to choose one where we could provide lots of screenshots. So let's say you go to hugosway.com/demo-sign-up. So just fill out just a couple of fields, first and last name, email address. Your leverage, you can choose 500, I think is the highest, which is also good for your live account. And you want to choose a small starting balance. I think in the drop down, $1,000 is the smallest amount. Now, when you get to your live account, 100, 150 is, what people normally start with. So try to choose one of these smaller dollar amounts. So Hugo's Way will then send you a confirmation email, and make sure you keep this handy. You're going to see a demo account number. That's going to be your login for the application where you take the trades, as well as your trader password. You're going to need that. That investor password, you shouldn't need that at all. If you use that one by mistake, the trade button won't be available to you. So that just gives like a read-only access. Then here's what we recommend. Just starting out, pull up your email if you can on your phone. And then right there on your phone, you can click one of these links to download MT4, which stands for MetaTrader 4, right there on your phone. Taking the Tradera trade alerts on your phone is kind of the simplest method, and it's what we recommend. At some point, we will go over the setup for MT4 on your computer. It's a lot more complex, and I know there's so much information being thrown at you already. So to keep things simple, we recommend starting out on your phone. All right, so that's step 3, downloading MT4. So by the time you're done with this, you would have created your demo account and downloaded MT4. And you're well on your way to taking the trade alert. So let me share the next deck. So in the next set of steps, we're going to open up MT4 and connect it to that demo account that we just created. So I'll go through the steps first for the iPhone and then for the Android, because the screens look a little bit different. So starting with your iPhone, when you open up MT4, look at the bottom right for this settings icon, click on that. Then you're gonna click on new account, and you're gonna select this second option to log into an existing account. Now, some people prefer to start with opening up a demo account that MT4 gives you, and that's fine as well. The only reason that I don't like that option is that demo account starts you with $100,000. So you're just dealing with a lot of large numbers. Your lot size is going to be big. It's perfectly fine to understand the trade alert and learn how to take the trades. So it's fine if you choose that option. But for these classes, we'll go over what happens when you do the Hugo's Way account. So now you need to choose your server. You're probably not going to see any of these in your list. So just put your finger in that way. And most brokers have one that they use for demo and one that they use for live. So you're gonna click on Hugo's Way -demo 3. That's the demo server. Next, you will go to your login page. So on the left, here's that confirmation email that Hugo's Way sent us. So use that demo account number. You'll just put your finger there and type that in. You type in that trader's password, and it's a bunch of letters and numbers. So make sure you have this save password turned on, and you won't have to do that anymore. And then click sign in. Now for the Droid, it's a little different. You're gonna start in the upper left corner, clicking on those 3 white horizontal lines. Then you're gonna click on manage accounts, and then open up that, click on that white plus in the upper right corner. That will take you to these choices where we're gonna choose log in to an existing account because we already have the Hugo's Way created. Search for Hugo's Way Demo 3. And then with that email, type in your demo account number, your trader password, and for the Droid, make sure that save password is checked. All right, so at this point, you have created your demo account, downloaded to MT4, downloaded MT4, opened up MT4 and connected the two. So the only thing that's left is to actually take the Tradera trade alert. All right, now that Tradera trade alert, two places to find it. One is in your back office, and maybe I'll create a slide for this. In your back office, there's a section for Tradera trade alerts, but what's more convenient is to connect to the Telegram that has the trade alerts there. So the way to find that is log in to your back office and go to member support. That's where all the FAQs are. And it used to be right there on the first page, but they've moved it. So now you gotta click over to the third page and you'll see a question that says, how do I get to the Tradera trade alerts? And if you click on that, it'll have a link, and put that link in your browser and that will connect you to the Tradera Telegram channel. And I also have a video on my YouTube page, and it shows you how to set up alerts. That way, you don't have to keep checking your phone to see if you have an alert. You can just, a trade alert, you can just set up a little audio tone. And I choose one, and I only use it for my Tradera trade alerts. So when I hear that, I know I've gotten a trade alert and I can start my analysis. So there is another slide that called Understanding the Tradera trade alert. That one is on my YouTube, but for the sake of time, I will explain it while I show you how to take it. So let's say that you've received your trade alert, and let's say it's CAD JPY. Now, when you first open up your demo, they don't show you all the pairs here. So if you don't see it, then click the plus blue arrow and then select FX crosses. It may also say Forex. It may also say FX group. And here's CAD JPY. So I'm going to click on that green circle, press done. And now CAD JPY is at the bottom of my list. If when you open up MT4, you already see it, then you can just go on to this next step, which is to hold down the pair for 1 to 2 seconds, and you'll see this pop-up menu. You want to click on trade, and that will give you this second screen. Now here on the right is what the Tradera trade alert looks like. So we're taking, placing a buy on CAD JPY. And let's talk briefly about these parameters. Stop loss. These are all prices that you can enter. So if we're placing a buy, we expect price to go up. But what happens if the trade doesn't go our way and price begins to drop? Well, the stop loss is when we tell MT4, okay, I accept my loss, take me out of the trade. That's all that I wanted to risk. So it's very important to always have a stop loss set. Because what happens if you take a trade, you put your phone down, something happens in the stock market, you know, there's a news event and price begins to plummet. Well, the stop loss will take you out of the trade and protect your account. So that's where you enter your stop loss here. You just press your finger there and type that in. Next, Tradera will offer you 3 take profits. Take profit 1, TP2, and TP3. So a lot of us typically use take profit 1. That gives us the chance to, we call it, okay, so take profit 1 will give you the smallest amount of pips, but it's the one with the least amount of risk, you know, maybe 20 or so pips. If you have a little bit more patience and you want a bigger profit, then go for TP2, which, you know, it varies. It can be 50 to 75 pips. And then take profit 3 will have the maximum amount of pips, normally 100 pips or so. Definitely carries the most risk with it, but it really depends on the type of trader that you are. Typically, I stay between TP1 and TP2. So the stop loss, you're going to enter there. The take profit, you enter here. The only other thing that you need to enter is the lot size. Now, the lot size will not be provided on the trade alert. This lot size depends on the amount that you have in your account. So what you want to do, the general rule of thumb is 0.01 for every $100 that you have in your account. So if you're starting your account with $50 or $100, use 0.01. For these demo accounts that have $1,000, you will use 0.10. So that is where you enter. The very last step is to hit either sell or buy. This trade alert calls for a buy. You hit buy and you're in the trade. So to finish, let's go over the steps for the Android, and then we'll go into Q&A. So again, if you don't see the pair that you want to trade, click on the plus arrow. In this case, it says FX group, and then choose your pair. Hold it down for the menu. And with the iPhone, it said trade. With the Android, you click on new order. And the screen looks almost the same. Here's your lot size, which depends on your account. And for some reason, the Droid doesn't have a stop loss and a take profit label. So you'll just have to know the black number in the left here, that's where your stop loss goes. And over here on the right is where your take profit goes. Review your data and then press in sell or buy, and you are in the trade. All right, well, that wraps up what I wanted to cover. It's 7:27, so let's go into our Q&A. Mel, I know that you had a question. Do you want to start us off? And I'll take a look at the chat in case there are other questions posted there.